Hi guys, so here we are with sophomore year 2, finally coming to the end of this visiting blast from the past type thing for me. I hope so far things have been helpful. Hopefully things become a little more helpful in the near future. At the end of this video I'll give you a idea of what's coming up, because now I'm finally like out of the whole just reciting what I've been doing for the past 2 years. So I might as well just get started. The classes I took were General Chemistry 2, because like I said, our school is weird and splits up General Chemistry and 6 Orgo right in the middle. So I took General Chemistry 2, Cell Biology, the final class for the program I was in, which involved an internship, which I'll get to, and another theater class and American Studies class. So those are the ones I like use to fill my time. The General Chemistry 2 class was like ridiculously hard. I don't know, like it was just like it might not be for anyone else because they might take it right after General Chemistry 1, so it might not be as high of a level, but like our General Chemistry 2 class in terms of numbers is higher than organic, so like it's supposed to be like harder. And the teacher made it hard. Like I got a 32% on the first test. So that was like low, but and then I did better on the second test. I got like a 78 or something, and I could have gotten like an 82, but I made a dumb mistake and I was like so depressed because I studied really hard for it. But yeah, even with that, I ended up getting an A in the class. Like that's how hard it was, is that everyone was doing bad enough that my average I think was a 66 or something like that, and I got an A. So like it was high enough that it was in the higher percentage of the class. So yeah, I survived, whatever. Cell bio I actually despise. Like I hated everything about it. I didn't enjoy anything we learned. It was like I don't like learning about cells. Like I don't really care that much about what cells do, you know? Like I know they're important, like obviously, but like I don't care about the cell itself. I care about like them interacting, which is why I like the body and stuff, because they come together to make tissues and organs and systems, and that's more interesting than the cell itself. And spending a whole semester on cells, especially when one of your teachers, we had 2, is like a plant biologist, and I hate plants even more. So when you mix plants and cells, it's just awful. And the lecture was just so boring, and it was at 9:30 in the morning, and it just wasn't working for me. So I hated that class. I'm sad because it's the first bio class I got to be in, but that's because I didn't pay attention to the third test. It was the day after a chemistry test, and I just didn't really feel like studying, and so I paid for it. Whatever. But yeah, and then so those are those 2 classes. You would have to take General Chemistry 2. Cell bio, I don't know, a lot of people that I know that took it before me and have taken the MCAT said that class was helpful, but obviously I'm not really sure yet because I haven't taken the MCAT yet, so yeah. And then in terms of my internship, it was at a free clinic, and I would go 3 days a week, and one of the days I went they didn't see patients, so I would just do stuff for like scanning and stuff, but I loved it. And I suggest that if you have any free clinics near you to try and volunteer at them, because it was a volunteer internship. It wasn't like an official title or anything. I just kind of contacted them and was like, can I spend 115 hours there? And they were like, sure, come on in. But it was so cool. Like I got to see patients one-on-one. I got to do their vital signs. I got to like talk to them about why they were there and stuff like that. So like basically what I would do in terms of seeing patients is they would tell me who to go see. So I'd go to the waiting room, call them, bring them back into a room, sit down, ask them why they were there that day. They would tell me, I would say, okay, and then I would take, their blood pressure, their temperature, their height, their weight, their pulse, and their respirations, and then I'd be like, okay, you'll be seen by the doctor or nurse practitioner in a few minutes, and then I would go into the lounge area, whatever, station thing, and then type all that stuff in the computer, tell the doctor or nurse practitioner what they told me, and then they would go see them, and that would be that. And sometimes it came with things like having to stock rooms, which wasn't that fun. One day I had to clean the entire pharmacy room out. I would have to fill medicine bottles, just like ibuprofen and stuff like that. And yeah, so sometimes that wasn't that fun, but I learned a lot in terms of how like a physician's office works, because it works like a regular physician's office, even though it's a free clinic. I actually don't know that it's free, but it's meant for people who are underprivileged, and like they don't really take you if you don't have insurance at the one I worked at, but they could get you insurance if you didn't have it. They would like set you up with like one of the programs that exists around here. So yeah, but anyway, it was a great like first experience for me, and like it just gave me like a different view on things, because besides going to the doctor, I'd never really seen like a primary care physician's office before. So I actually really enjoyed it. The people were great to work with. They had a ton of food and stuff like that. So yeah, just because it was like a really small setting, I got to know people, and like I could tell it was really being helpful. So like while I was getting experience, I was like giving back to the community at the same time. So that was the great thing about it. So if you have the opportunity, I would definitely say do it, especially because you can get some hands-on experience and help people at the same time. So that's good stuff. So yeah, and then I was doing Amsterdam Really for Life, like I said in the last video. So basically, now that I'm done talking about my past 2 years, where we're gonna go from here is need to adjust. I'm gonna talk about what I did this summer. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it next, but at some point I'm gonna talk about what I did this summer, because I did something related to medicine. And then at some point I'll talk about my job, or maybe I'll just be like in random vlogs. I'm gonna talk about random classes, and then like just like random times I'll update with what I'm doing. I'll update with how my MCAT studying is going. I'll update as I start talking to the pre-med advisor about applications coming up. I'll update as, pretty much anything comes up. It'll just start to be like maybe like weekly or bi-weekly vlogs about what's going on in my life, just in general, because I am on the road to med school. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about the past couple of years, but that's over, and now we can only move forward, except for when I talk about this summer, but that's more relevant to the world because what I did was a kind of national thing. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, feel free, and I will talk to you all later, I guess. Okay, bye.